Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, this will be your waxing moon reading. A little bit late, I'm sorry, obviously Mercury retrograde hit me and also one of my cameras is out of operation. So there is no shuffle video, it's just going to be a photo that will be up in that corner of the reading, or possibly two photos if any clarification cards need to come out. Now, what we're looking at is what to increase with the light of the waxing moon. Now, like I say, it's late, but it's covering a 2-week period, so hey ho. Now, the reading either is for you or it isn't. There's not a lot of past, but there's quite a bit of present. So if the present doesn't fit, have a look at your rising. Well, especially have a look at your rising sign. In ancient astrology, your rising sign was considered far more important than your sun sign. But yeah, look at your sun, your moon, your rising, at the Venus and Mars if you're into it, though, although your Mars is in Capricorn right now. Whatever happens, Mars is in Capricorn right now, and there will be some readings this week, either with or without a working second camera, to talk about that. There'll also be a timestamp down below so that you can get past all of my waffle if you're watching more than one reading. And I do say I watch more than one because it's well worth getting a more complete picture. But as I say, it's what to increase with the light of the waxing moon. All the other details about the reading are down there in the description. Let me bring up the cards. Okay, Leo, you start with the Two of Swords, which also featured quite predominantly in the Cancer reading as well. But for me here, it feels like there's something that you have to balance, something that you have to be fair with, something that you need to be aware that you're not entirely looking at, or you need to be aware that there is something you are not entirely aware of, because it is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the need to protect. Now, you are fairly protected, but you also need to take balanced steps to protect, because there's two different storylines going on here. There's a choice that is presented to you, and I feel that one option to that choice, and it may well be a choice towards a relationship of some form. I'm not necessarily saying a love relationship, but a relationship with somebody or something, whether it's a business entity, you know, a contract you're going to take out, a friendship that you're going to be making. You have to ensure that you are sticking to your rules. Now, your rules of right and wrong as enforced here by the Two of Swords, not necessarily anybody else's rules, not the rules of tradition, but the ones that you have for yourself that are tried and true and tested, because you have been building up a structure. You have been repeatedly working towards this one thing. Now, if you step haphazardly into some form of relationship, some form of contract, there is that's clarified here by the Five of Wands, which has an inordinate amount of foxes in that card. So I'm thinking of the conflict, I'm thinking of the mental conflict, debate that can be around with the Five of Wands, but with the fact that they're foxes, I also think of the kitsune and the tricksters, especially since the Five of Wands can be a very mental card. Mentally based card. I'm thinking that you may not really, if you enter into this choice or into this relationship, you may find that you don't actually know which way is up after a while, because not everything, there's so much conflicting information, so many conflicting stories and parties involved, that you may not know which way is up, and the plans that you set on from that point end up with you having a loss, because we go from the foxes in the Five of Wands to you making plans to you making plans and ending up in a Five of Pentacles, which, as you know, is a time of poverty, a time in this card where you can see where the riches are, they're over there and you can't touch them. But this is a triangular reading. It goes both ways. It can also go down towards the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, which is material abundance. So you have to be sure that you have protected what is yours before entering into a relationship or a contract with anybody. And you have to make sure that it feels right, because it is only that inner sense of feeling, that sense of, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be going, not because they said so, but because God says so, because my spirit says so, my heart says so, more importantly, my crown chakra and God, even than the heart, because the heart can be dissuaded. This one, not so much this one. Okay, but you've got to make sure that you are keeping your eyes open. There is a moment of realization open for you. However, there is another card that says bring love into the situation. But that love can just as much be loving for yourself. So if you enter into this contract or relationship with somebody, is that you loving yourself? If it is, crack on, get on with it. You're on the right path. If it's not, run away, run for the hills, but you have an option here of a whole new dream coming up with material security based on what you have built already. And it may involve you moving to somewhere new, again, work-wise, socially, physically, emotionally, whatever, but that will take time. And this is time here. The God force that is trying to oppress you is the Harai with time. Time is your enemy. But what I'm also feeling is it's not even so much that time is your energy. Yeah, so I wanted to clarify the lovers. And again, it's come up with Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So if this choice is made of joining with somebody, having a contract with somebody for the right reasons, and not because of your lower nature with the devil on the bottom of one of the decks, Two of Pentacles on the other, you're trying to balance too much. What you should be balancing is, am I loving myself by doing this? Because yes, you need to bring love into this situation. Conversely, these cards could also be saying that you need to accept love into the situation. But if there is a sense of a ticking clock, if there is a sense of a deadline, if there is a sense of by now we will be sold out tomorrow, whether that's a relationship, a job, or what have you, that's a signal to go, yeah, I'm not doing that. I can go at my own pace. I steer my own boat under the light of the moon. I might not know everything that's around me, but I am the one steering and I am the one taking the inspiration, because it leads to the Hanged Man. Either way, you're not going to get your answers quickly. The material aspect of it may come around faster than the actual understanding. But this is why I'm saying ensure that you are making these choices because it is in line with your higher self. And right now, remember that your words have power one way or another. So with this Lovers card, I'm getting a lot about contracts with that Five of Wands. I'm getting a lot about people agreeing to things unwittingly and wittingly. So you need to make sure you've got your wits about you. You need to make sure that you're delving into your reasons for being involved in this situation. You need to make sure that you try and understand the other party's reasons for being in the situation. And bear in mind, partly it could just be making money, whether that's job, relationship, some form of contract, whatever. That Ten of Pentacles is really strong. But if you enter into it with your eyes open, not just because you're trying to balance 1,001 priorities, then you can stand to profit as well. And whether that profit is money or whether that profit is an ace home life where everybody loves one another, that's up to you to decide. But make sure the steps forward that you do are with your eyes as wide open as possible, and that you are trying to be as in line with your highest intent, with the most godly aspect that you can have. And be careful what you agree with. You can move forward, but Archangel Gabriel, with card number 3 of the Akashic Tarot's Major Arcana, I want to pick up on the 3 as well, because it's that motive force, that moving forward. Your words are going to move you forward, so be careful about whatever you say. I think that's the best way to put it. But time is your enemy, but not as in, oh my God, there's going to be no time left, but that sense of deadline. Beware the deadline. It's a danger signal. Okay, so if this means anything to you, Leo, please do comment down below. Press subscribe while you're there. Your next lunar reading will be the full moon readings when they come out. In the meantime, I will be doing the Mars transit Capricorn, because I'm a bit too late for ingress Capricorn. Mars passing the eclipse point from Christmas's solar eclipse. It passed last Sunday, but that's an energy that will last for a while, and it all goes into that eclipse story. And your monthlies will be out soon. So assuming I get enough time to record all of these, there should be plenty for you to watch soon. Okay. Cheers.